we want to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, or GMS, and peace and blessings to the elect. I'm Zakaria from the GMS Dallas camp, and we're just going to do a short or long lesson, however the Spirit has it dealing. Me and this brother, one chapter of Psalms that we like to read a lot is Psalms chapter 10. So we just gonna hit some points in that, and just see how the Spirit works with it. Go ahead, Psalms 10, starting verse 2.
Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the dulces that they have imagined. And the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
The so-called white man, who is the wicked, who is the seed of Satan, he doesn't bless the righteous. When you do righteous things in the world, that's not what Esau don't care about. Esau cares about the wicked things that are going on. Right. Esau cares about taking a man, turning him into a homosexual, taking a woman and turning her into a lesbian, turning her into a homosexual as well, taking your children, snatching them up, selling them as human trafficking, whether it be for sex slaves or making shoes in China, whatever it may be. He is blessing those that the Lord hates. He's blessing the wicked. If you're doing wicked deeds, then you'll bubble up to the surface in this society. You got people now that are saying that I'm a homosexual just so that they can make it, just so they can sign a big deal. You got the guy from football. He was a college football player. He didn't make it in the NFL, but he was a gay dude. He was kissing.
The one from
Michael
Missouri.
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
You got that guy. You would never know about Michael Sam if he wouldn't have been doing that gay shit. So you got people submitting themselves, or as they say, selling their soul to the devil to try to make it in this society. But that's the only way that you'll do it, because Esau ain't gonna bless you if you're doing righteous things. If you're trying to keep the scriptures the right way, Esau will not bless you. Esau is going to try to put persecution on you. Go ahead.
Verse 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God. Mm-hmm. God is not in all his thoughts.
And you can tell with these so-called white people, with these so-called Chinese, with all these other nations, and 2/3 of our nation, none of them care about the Most High. You go into these so-called black churches, they don't give a damn about the Most High. All they cared about is a little bit of singing, a little bit of dancing, and who's going to cook something in the end. Yep. If they cared about the Most High, they'd read this book and get into it and try to follow the book as it says to do. But you tell them niggas, hey, don't eat this or eat that, but it's good to eat this meat and that meat. They'll look at you like, man, don't worry, all that stuff is done away with. Right. So they might as well take their Bible and just tear out half of it. Right. If you tear out half of the Bible, you only gonna get half of the truth. Right. And that's all. Half of the truth equals one thing, a lot. You want to say something?
Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth
his ways are always grievous. You try to get into the so-called white man's schemes and his laws that he's setting up is always grievous. Everything that he do is grievous, and especially for the people of Yasharala, for the nation of Israel, the true nation of Israel, not the gutter rats over there.
That's right.
It's always grievous. You try to figure out how to do your taxes or something like that, man, it's always grievous. Everything that he's setting up, just grievous activity. The police, the court system, all that stuff is grievous. And that's for people that's trying to do the right thing. Right. It's only grievous to those who want to actually try to do the right thing in society. Right. For criminals, they don't give a fuck about none of them laws. Right. It's only grievous to those who are trying to, I'm trying to get my license straight. Right. That's a whole process in itself. Get my registration, another whole process in itself.
Yeah. You look at our people when it comes to, we're talking about court and laws and stuff like that. One of the reasons it's so grievous is because we don't have the funds in order to make sure we're taken care of in the light of the criminal, in the what do you call it, the light of the law. Because think about it, whenever you go to jail They don't care if you committed the crime or not. They care if you got the money to pay for a lawyer to make sure you get off, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got these big time people, you know, the O.J. Simpsons, and they can afford the Johnny Cochran's. All these people get off because they can afford to pay a lawyer $500 an hour with no problem, man. Our people can't do that. So what we have to do, we got to do plea deals. We got to do plea bargains, man. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to go to jail for a year, and then when I get out, then I'm going to figure out what it is. Oh, it's going to be on my record? Oh, okay, so I can do probation? All right, yeah, he did it.
Right.
You don't see Esau having to go through that, man.
And then you sitting in prison for 30 years, and then after that 30th year, that year, I guess that year of completion, they come in there and say, oh yeah, we found out you didn't do it.
That's right.
You can get out of here.
That's right.
Have a nice life.
Old piece of work.
Your kids grown, don't know nothing about you, don't care nothing about you. Your wife then had 2 or 3 husbands since then, and they just say, well, just take what you can get and move on. Some of them guys, they getting out, but they ain't getting no money for that. They ain't getting no reciprocity, no kind of way to take care of themselves. They just nigga back out on the street.
They had a judge, I think it was recently, the last 2 weeks, it was an Edomite woman. She had wrongly convicted like 10,000 people in the last 10, 20 years, man. And nobody said nothing about it. All she got a slap on the wrist, and she's still a judge to this day, man. And I think it was I don't know, I think it was the state of Texas, I'm not sure. But it sounds right.
That's right. And I believe in courts, they say if you have a witness, and if anything that witness says, you find out that it's false, you have to throw out that whole testimony.
Right.
Yep.
That's the same thing with them.
Right.
We're finding out that everything that's coming out with them, they're lying. They're lying about who's convicted. They're lying about who did it, who didn't do it. So you have to take out their whole system. Their whole system is a lie.
That's right.
From the president to the Rothschild, their whole system is a lie.
That's right.
I mean, by what your court says, if any part of your testimony is false, you have to throw the whole thing out. And you motherfuckers are liars.
That's right.
From the top to the bottom, you're lying.
Inside and out.
I mean, just look at not that we're into the politics and voting and all that BS, but look at your 2 choices, man. A liar versus a liar. You know what I mean? Extreme. I mean, if you research the Clinton, they call it the Clinton files, they got more murders than Saddam Hussein, man. They've been killing people since the 70s. I'm talking about hundreds of people. I'm talking about plane crashes. I'm talking about people committing suicide the day before they go to court. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'm gonna do a video on the Clinton files. They're some extreme murderers, man. They just murdered a lady from Honduras that was gonna say something because really, the Clintons get their money because they got some type of what do you call that? Charity, some type of charity that they got going on, and that's where a lot of their money comes from. And one of the ladies that works there was about to tell on them from Honduras. They offed her like not even 9 months ago, man.
Whoa.
They killed everybody, man. And we already know about. I mean, come on, Trump. Do we got to talk about him? I mean, that's like Donald Trump, Jay Leno, David Letterman, they all in the same. Howard Stern, you know what I mean? That's your leaders of the free world, man.
That's right. Brother, make an excellent point. Go ahead.
If I can say this, they start off lying to you, man. As soon as you coming out the womb, the first thing you get is a big ass lie. Mostly about who you are.
Yeah.
They tell you that you're black or African American. That first thing that you get when you come out of the womb is a big ass lie.
Yeah. Yeah, and then speaking of when you coming out the womb, I mean, this is fresh to me because I just had a child. They take the baby and then they take them to a whole nother. You don't even know what the hell going on. They take them over to the corner. You know what I'm saying? You got Esau touching all on them. You know, they're like, we're gonna give them this vaccine. No, I don't want to give them that vaccine. Why not? Because I said so. So as soon as you come out, your child is already in disagreement and arguing and what the hell, and got Esau's vibration all over them, man.
Yep.
This is not a way to live, man.
All right, this is verse 7.
His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. You mind if I get on this real quick?
Go ahead.
You got the Colin Kaepernick situation. The dude didn't say fuck America. He didn't say I ain't with the Star Spangled Banner. He just sat down, man. And you got these so-called white people on Twitter, you fucking nigger, I hope you die. You know, you should be happy that you're getting $100 million. You know, really what you do the math on $100 million, you probably only get 30. You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother conversation, you know? But all these people are coming out the woodworks because they're like, how dare you speak against the country and we put you in a position where you can make money for your family and take care of whatever you got going on, you little nigger. You know what I'm saying? So they don't care about you whenever you start speaking up against whether it's in a silent form, you know what I'm saying, or whether it's out loud, they don't want to be your friend no more.
Yeah.
Now, and if you notice, you know, I watch football fan. You watch Cam Newton this year versus last year. The dude has completely changed his tune, man. Last year he was, I'm an African American quarterback, and that may scare some people. Now you ask him about Colin Kaepernick, and they got his coon ass so scared of losing his endorsements. He's like, under my skin, we're all the same people. You know, he watched the game. He over there watching the suspect manner, all crying like a
cooning,
like a man. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't follow and apply to what they say to do, they gonna start cursing at you, man.
What happened when these so-called white people didn't agree with what the kings and queens of England was doing? They rebelled. They rebelled. Not only did they rebel, they was killing people. Colin Kaepernick, I really don't give a fuck about Colin Kaepernick, football, America, none of that stuff.
Right.
But Colin Kaepernick just said, well, I don't agree with that song.
Right.
I don't agree with what's going on in America. But he didn't take no guns. You crackers took guns and started killing your own people because you didn't agree.
Right. Yep.
This nigga just took a knee. It's not like he quit. And even if he did quit, you know you don't care. You're just happy that you have the opportunity to talk shit about a so-called black man.
Yep.
But all your stuff is being exposed. All your lies are being exposed. You tiptoeing around the whole world, and some of us brothers have been at different places around the world, and you bullshit not only here in America, but you go to other countries and you bullshit.
Yep.
They don't want you in these other countries no more. They don't want your idea. They don't want your philosophy. They don't want your drunk ass throwing up all over the streets. They want you to get the fuck out.
Yep.
They want you to stay away.
That's right.
That's why there was a time when if you was in the military, you didn't need passports to go from this country to, all you needed was your military ID.
Right.
Now, shit, if you can come up with your passport, but let them find out you're in the military, it'll be like going through persecution. They want all your bags, everything. It's a whole, the world has changed its tune.
Yeah.
Because everybody's fishing out these lies of you so-called crackers.
That's right.
Right. And I want to read this again. He said, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And you know, we're in the information era, we're in the technology era. So you so-called white people, you have a problem with whatever's going on, you rush to Twitter, you rush to Facebook, you rush to Instagram. But meanwhile, you see us out here week in and week out, man. You ain't got nothing to say in front of our face, man. You know what I'm saying? And the wicked flee when no one is, no one pursued. Man, we ain't worried about y'all, but as soon as y'all see, yeah, I saw those niggas on Main Street. Yeah, I saw those guys, man. Those damn devils. But you come right by us and look at us, and if you got something to say, you gonna wait till you go 800 yards up the block, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Cowards.
That's right.
So if people could start connecting who you are personally to these Twitter accounts, to these Facebook accounts that you just running around talking shit on, then you motherfuckers will be cowering in corners.
Yep.
You'll give your phone away. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Right.
Yep.
Colin Kaepernick will sneak up to some of you people's houses and beat your ass.
Right.
Not that once again, I really don't care about the stance of Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
I'll tell you this, I worked at a college about a year ago, went to a basketball game there, and they did the Star Spangled Banner or whatever it is, and I sat down through that shit, and nobody give a fuck.
Right.
Nobody said a goddamn thing.
Right.
Not that I'm trying to be recognized, but you ain't the only motherfucker that's doing that shit.
Right.
There's a lot of people that's in that same mind frame. You want some recognition, get out there on the streets.
Right.
Start turning down some of that money.
Right.
Start getting out there for what you believe. Finding out what the truth is. Then you might get some recognition from those that count.
I can say this. None of that stuff that people are doing even matters because they're not standing up for these scriptures. They're not standing up for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So all that little protesting and stuff like that, it's never going to come to anything.
Don't matter.
They're not standing up for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That shit is all vanity.
Right. That's right. Right.
That's right. So as you standing up against the treatment of America and this, that, and the other, you ask the same person, how do you feel about homosexuality? Well, I just let them do them. See, if you're gonna be in a stance for something, it's got to be in righteousness. Because if you go any other way, you're gonna be against one thing, but allowing all this other bullshit into your life. You have to take a stand for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Period, point blank.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about what Tupac was saying, like the dude got on his shirt. I don't give a damn about what Biggie was saying. I don't care about none of that stuff. You got to get into the scriptures, get into the truth of the scriptures.
Right.
Yeah, the songs sound good, but shit, this is the best
the real
song out
song.
there.
That's the real
This
song.
is the real music right here. This is what's gonna free you. That Tupac CD, it might get you through the rest of the day, but when you turn it off, what's going on around you?
Right.
All kinds of madness, all kinds of bullshit. You go on and put on an R. Kelly I Wish song. You feel a little bit inspired. When the song go off, right back to the same thing. Play a little gospel music, a tear come down your face while you on the highway. When the song go off, you right back into that bullshit. You gotta get into the true music. That's when your heart will be open. That's when your mind will be free. Period, point blank.
I'm sorry. And what Esau needs, what Jay needs to understand is these other nations know. That's why you go in Psalms 83 and they say, let us, take them down as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Because these other nations understand that when we learn and we get back into our power in the real name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? That's when all hell's gonna break loose for them. Because that vibration, that name is, look at us on these street corners, man. Like, you got the whole city, coming out here and we don't want you there. People taking the street corner, all types of BS is going on. All because of the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. That's
right,
why they
brother.
mad at Kaepernick. That's why they mad at Gabby putting Hebrew on her arm. Anything that's close to you, learning who you are, they're gonna try to turn that down. How much more for a person that actually knows the name? Because a lot of you cats in the NFL, NBA, MLB, you watch the videos, man. You watch the apostles, man. You know the name, all right? And you gonna have to be tested because guess what? I was at where was I the other? I was looking for something from a child online, right? And then I went to the Twitter account and it pulled up what I was looking for on the Twitter account. I'm like, damn, they follow everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? So they follow everything that you do on the websites even more if you're making $2 million a year, $20 million a year, man. So like the brother's saying, you're gonna have to answer for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua or not.
Like we're going into all the athletes and stuff like that. They chose riches over righteousness. So now they're in a bad situation and they still turmoil. They got all these millions and millions of dollars and they still turmoil. I got a little quick precept I'm gonna bring out.
Bring it.
This is Psalms 37 and 16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked.
Man.
So your righteousness is something that you can't even measure. That's what they should have chose. Instead, they chose those riches. And now look at it.
Now look at it. Now the whole world is everybody that you thought was with you. Now they're against you, but you should be happy at that. But like I was saying, there's only one truth. There's no half truth. There's no quarter truth. There's no 7/8 of the truth. There's the truth. Period. Point blank. And if you ain't with it, then you're gonna get lost into some sort of madness, some sort of wicked philosophy. You're gonna get lost in it. Period.
That's right.
Point blank. You got more on that? You got it. Verse 8, I believe you was at.
This is Psalms 10 and 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
The lurking places of the villages. That's the courthouses,
Right.
the banks, all these different places they can trap Jacob. The welfare office, all those different places. From a child up, our children are reared up, getting indoctrinated into this so-called white man system by taking all of his vaccines, by taking all of his handouts from a child up.
Right.
The women are reared up to you have to depend on welfare.
Right.
You have to take the welfare. That means you're gonna have to take your kids over there, and the man is always excluded. But you take your kids, and you right in that line for the shots, for the cheese, for the bread, all of those free things. So they're sitting in those lurking places of the villages, designed to give you one thing in the end, and that's that chip.
Yep.
And just as you've taken every vaccine they've came up with, and a lot of y'all starting to wonder why some of y'all got AIDS, because they put it in the vaccines.
Right.
They put it in that bullshit food, that bullshit drink that they
Why
get.
they have cancer?
Speaking of, I saw a video online today of a 11-year-old Jake. Her mom went and took her to get the vaccine, and when they got done, she was bugged. I'm talking about like like she had an exorcism. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, you know what I mean? And then it went viral because they were like, look at what they're doing with the vaccines. And it's like, y'all are all trying to get the iPhone 7. Y'all are all trying to get the new Samsung Galaxy Note, man. And all you got to do, man, is go on your phone, and while you're looking at the hottest chick